Hello everybody, this is Yvonne for Yvonne's Lovestream Walks, and here we are in York on my way back to Scotland, so I can see Diane and Jeanette and Susan and Tom, I think, Cindy, and so I am standing on the wall. And we're going to walk along the wall for a little while to see York Minster from a variety of angles. It just struck 4 o'clock. I just think I caught the last. It was slightly early, so I just caught the last one. Anyway, come with me. We're going to walk around the wall, and then we're going to go through the centre and hopefully end up at the river if we have time. So, good to see you all. Let's see who else has come on while I've... You can see here okay, off we go. We have a little space so you can see this fantastic wall. The wall is not totally intact, but it was rebuilt. York itself began with the Romans. So we've had Romans, Anglo-Saxons, Vikings, the Norvik Viking Centre is here. And all the way along the wall you get to see the beautiful towers of York Minster. Hello Peggy and Bonnie. So we'll see it from more angles. So this beautiful 13th century Gothic cathedral is one of Britain's finest. And it began as a sort of little wooden church in, I think, 600s, and then a little stone church, and then bigger and bigger. And I also read that some of the stained glass was conserved, taken out during World War I, and then 80 stained glass windows were taken out to preserve them in World War II in case of the bombing. So, wow, that's quite a job. Quite a bit of it's under scaffolding at the moment, trying to preserve. There's been 4 fires over the centuries in York Minster. But yeah, York is an amazing city. Look, you can just see the see the spires through there, and you can see where we've come. Oh yes, this is really sweet. You can see a nice little house and garden in here. Anyway, how are you all? You've had quite a little run around the world, haven't you, over the last 4 weeks? Bucharest, Rome, Lautrec, and down there, can you just see, it looks like Alice, standing in the little Alice in Wonderland, standing in the middle there of that garden. I just noticed her before. And the church up there, and this magnificent tree. Anyway, it's gone lovely and quiet here. It's been quite busy up on the wall. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, you're going to hear. Anyway, lots of different accents. And look at the beautiful autumnal colours as we walk. Anyway, I hope you're well. I don't know how cold it's getting in your part of the world or how warm. I was talking to a friend on FaceTime this morning who was northern New South Wales complaining about the heat. And I met up with a friend from Australia who came over to see the sumo wrestling in the Royal Albert Hall. That must have been quite something. Ah, now that's a good view, just of the tower there. It's a very mighty church. Oh, raining for you, Jeanette. Well, yes, Suzanne, it is lovely to walk with you all. And I'm so glad it's not raining here. It was 5 degrees Celsius this morning. I was with some friends near Saffron Walden. What a lovely name for a town, Saffron Walden. And yeah, 5 degrees when I started out. But now it's probably about 11. Anyway, it's just really beautiful to walk along. Looking out of the wall it's more just the backs of houses. And today, Eileen's best guidance for this week is give freely, receive graciously, and don't count the cost. Give without any strings. Something good to remember. Give freely, receive graciously. I think the receive graciously is often harder for some people. They don't like to ask for help and they don't necessarily like to receive. And sometimes when people, I can remember a friend here at Findhorn who hurt her leg and she had to receive help. She didn't like it, but she had to. And I guess that's part of the lessons. Can you think of a time when you just absolutely needed help from people? Look at these gorgeous trees. Yeah, don't count the cost and don't make any strings attached. Yeah, it's very lovely walking along here. And later we may see the statue of Constantine the Great, who was proclaimed Roman emperor here in, oh gosh, I can't remember, was it around 300 AD? And he converted to Christianity and therefore sort of consolidated Western civilization as Christendom. You got a little step here. And I never knew that. I didn't know that about the Romans and Constantine. And then the Anglo-Saxons. If any of you have seen the great series, The Last Kingdom, about Alfred the Great and his attempts to join the counties into a coherent England. Alfred the Great, Ethelred, all these people. And the Vikings were around at that time. So, the Romans first, Anglo-Saxons, Vikings, very strong presence here. And look at that magnificent tree. It's a beauty, isn't it? How are the autumn colours where you are? Has it turned yet? And down there in the southern hemisphere, I guess spring has definitely sprung. Or if you're in the middle, if you're near the equator, is it the wet or the dry for you? Look, here we are now. We're coming up to this bit at the corner, which is interesting. Gives us a good view back. But this tree, wow, is it a copper beech perhaps? Just guessing. I think a couple of weeks ago Eileen was also talking about giving, and she said, give till it hurts, which was an interesting one. Yeah, so there's a little tower here. And from here I was reconnoitering earlier, and you can look and you can see. I hope you're enjoying this. Yeah, so you can see the wall along there. See if I can get in a bit closer. This beautiful line of trees, and then the wall. Have I missed some comments? Let me just look here. Yeah, well, it seems that Yorkshire badgers are fat, yes. Yeah, incredible history. It's an incredible history. Isn't this a beautiful view, though? Over there in Vancouver Island. Yeah, the leaves going orange. Oh, good, lots of comments. Hi, Jill. Anybody else I missed there? Okay, so let's wander along this wall a little bit, and then we're going to come down at the next chance where we can... Oh, no. Here we go. Look, we've got a whole part of the wall to ourselves. We could all wander along here. Yeah, I do love walking. Now, I do wish you'd been with me at Carcassonne on Monday, because I walked every rampart I could find, and that's all a very mighty fortress. But there's a good view of York Minster. And I read that it costs £23,000 a day to keep York Minster going, and they just fundraised, I think, £2 million to conserve one part of it. And I think the rose window may have been damaged. Anyway, these things take a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of people in York today. A lot of tourists, especially around the Shambles, which I'm hoping to get to. The very narrow street that looks like something out of Harry Potter, but actually Harry Potter was not ever filmed in York, but it just looks like York. Look at these trees. And the grass, incredibly green. And there's a lovely, oh, did I miss the, maybe I missed the garden of the hotel. Look, isn't that lovely? The church behind. Did I, how could I have done that? Was it the next one along? Maybe not. Anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, very, very green. A green and pleasant land. Ah. There you are. That was, could you hear the gonging of the quarter hour, I presume? 4:15. UK time. And remember, clocks go back here and in Europe on very early Sunday morning. So next Friday, those of you in Canada and the States, you are an hour later just for 1 week, because then yours go back as well. And then once we go back, parts of Australia are 11 hours ahead. So Phoenix, take note. Anybody else? And there's the sun shining on us and the breeze in the leaves. And up we go. And look, it is just very beautiful out there. And you know, talking of this cathedral taking £23,000 a day, there was a meeting last week about what it costs to run the Universal Hall and how it's not working financially at the moment, and how there needs to be some support, because in a way the Findhorn Foundation subsidised the use of the hall and it's not doing that anymore. So hopefully the global family as well as the local family can somehow support that. Look at these berries, beautiful colour, hanging here. Oh, Peter, you lived in York. Well. Welcome to this little walk around. And also Diane was in touch with me to say that not only, you know, Facebook deletes the videos now after 30 days. Well, we thought we'd beaten that by getting an Instagram. But now they won't keep any videos of more than 20 minutes. And, you know, my videos, our walks together, are usually, almost always, more than 20 minutes. So we have to have a little think about that. Maybe they are just going to be lost into oblivion. Now look at this this is where I was thinking of before. Look at that. What a backdrop. It's very beautiful. Look at that. Can you imagine? We should all be down there having scones with jam and cream. Isn't that delightful? And then there's beautiful, I presume it's a hotel. And behind it, look at the light across. That's a rather good picture. Well done. Well done, sunshine. And this lovely, lovely garden down here. Beautiful. Anyway, we will keep on. Gorgeous trees. Even some roses left down there. But there's a great thing coming up at the bottom of these stairs. Well, oh my gosh, we've got a whole group, a tourist group coming towards us. Oh, look, that's lovely as well. A little bit backlit, but nice. And down here we've got some veggies growing. Here's what I wanted to show you. Look at this. So this is where the gateway to the Roman fortress was 2,000 years ago. Fantastic. and still only a blip in the history of the universe or of this planet. Okay, so we're heading up now to the next corner of the wall. And as I said, the wall isn't continuous anymore. You have to go down and follow a street and then get back up on the wall. But we're not going to do that. We're going to go down here, down a very, very narrow, dark stone staircase. We'll all have to go single file, but lots of fun. Trying to keep people's privacy. Anyway, when's the last time you gave freely or received graciously? I bet there's some good stories there. Oh, look at the little arrow slits there where you could fire on the enemy with your bow and arrow. Yeah. Great stonework. And then it looks like we can't go any further, but hang on to your hats. Here we go. Look at that. I'm going to hang on to the railing. Follow me. Oh, that wasn't so bad, was it? Good door. Okay, now we have to walk up this street a little way till we get to the really nice narrow streets. But before that, we'll have another view of this side of the cathedral. Yeah, so this is a sort of average sized street. But this lovely brickwork again. Oops, sorry. On this old pub. Ah, look. And then there's this beautiful piece of wood here. Look at that. Let me sort of give you some... Look at that. Fantastic. And then this gorgeous street here. And then you can see this end of the cathedral. And leaves, autumn leaves blowing. Anyway, keep going. And I actually forgot to get an angel card out today. Last week I meant to bring daring. Today I meant to bring daring. I still have forgotten it, but have you done anything daring this week? See the scaffolding on the church here. We might hear it strike past shortly. There's a very beautiful building here that's been turned into a restaurant. Ah, there it is. And here he is, the great man himself, Constantine the Great. Didn't live to a great old age. What's that, 2650, 63? Yeah, his own conversion to the faith established the religious foundations of Western Christendom. Wow, the bells are still ringing. You can see how much renovation work is happening. Maybe the bell ringers are having their weekly practice, but that's great. It's a nice message, isn't it? Hope, peace and love. Now I'm taking you around because you probably need to see the front of the church before we head off into the shambles, although we may run out of time. Oh, and we've also got grace. Very important. Hope, peace, love, and grace. Okay, coming around to the front. I'm going to have to, it won't all get into one picture, believe me. Okay, drum roll. And the Archbishop of York, I read, is the second highest post in the Christian Church of England. So I guess the Archbishop of Canterbury, I'm guessing, is the top job. Look at that, all the way up. Oh, they rang the bells for you. Fantastic. Well, that's quite a sight. Even if we don't get down to the rivers, that's really worth it. Oh, and the last one is Joy. Look. Ah, of course, when I was in France, we were dancing for Joy. So as we go back now to jump into the very narrow streets, we're taking Joy and Grace well, we're really getting a good bell ringing. So Joy and Grace, and then round the corner we've got Love and Peace and Hope. So I didn't need an angel card this week. We just had 5 of them. Although Hope is not one of the angel pack, I don't think. But Peace and Joy and Grace and Love are. Look. Anyway, the bells continue. And what time is it? Oh yeah, it's just past now. Just looking at my watch there. There's Minster Yard up there. Okay, let's delve into the streets now. They don't get narrow for a little while, but you can see there's lots of people. I don't know whether it's school holidays at the moment, but whether it's just October is a good time for tourists. But yeah, atmospheric streets. They get better and better. I'm trying not to get lost. No, that's not it. Very autumnal feel and lots of Halloween themed things. Oh, look, that's quite pretty. Oh, look at these. Whoops. Oh, some of these I'll have to answer when I get back. But and apparently there are a lot of ghosts around York, and they have tours, ghost tours, and apparently the ghost of Dick Turpin, the notorious highwayman, rides here sometimes. And I'm not sure that we'll get to Clifford's Tower, which is quite dramatic, but it was first built by William the Conqueror. So, you know, we're going back 1066. And then Henry III built a new tower. And it's up on a really quite dramatic grassy mound, but that's a little bit of a way. I don't know whether my mission creep will get that far today. Anyway, stay together. I don't want us to get lost in this little warren of streets we're about to go into. And I won't stay in the shambles too long because it's just so crowded and ridiculous. Okay, so here's the beginning of the shambles, and here's the, look, whoop, the Harry Potter stuff. Oh look, here we've got a witch. Whoop. You can see how close the houses come together in the old Shambles Tavern. There's a very famous chocolate shop here that people are lining up for, can you believe it? Or the York Ghost Merchants. Anyway, the shambles continues down there. But we are going to go this way. The markets are sort of beginning to close up. So that was pretty interesting, isn't it? We saw the back of a witch anyway. And this very beautiful old inn here. Similar to the brickwork we saw in the track last week, and also some really lovely flowers. And yeah, let me get back a bit here. This is quite a lovely okay, where to now? Yeah, they're packing up here. And York is built on the confluence of two rivers, the Ouse, O-U-S-E, and the Foss, F-O-S-S. Oh, beautiful flowers. Look at those. Ah, I love these ones. These ones are also great. And then the beautiful roses. Wow. Ah.